Good morning, America. Your good friend, Dr. Turi, with another exciting video. Now, before anything, let me make a special announcement on September the 10th, starting at 7. Maybe we're going to go for a couple hours, I'm not sure. You want to join us live on my YouTube channel. All right, so what I'm going to be doing here is answer some of your questions that you may have about UFOs. And once we're done with this, I'm going to be channeling Draco and do some mini readings. So this way you'll have a good idea of what Draco is able to do. And then trust me a little bit more as far as my cosmic work is concerned. All right, now. We all heard about this nasty Dorian killer hurricane that was fully predicted before its formation in the Atlantic Ocean in an article titled Asteroid Zip by Earth 9/14/2019. Draco, serious warning to all believers. How many of you remember that? Yet my many warnings did not go too far, thanks to all the reptilians infected internet enemies that I have collected over the years that have muted me from everywhere. And the latest was, of course, Facebook. So, since I'm nowhere to be found anymore in any of those major networking public websites, my critical warnings are kind of muted, and only a minority of enlightened superhumans, those who vibrate at my cosmic speed, have been sharing my vision. And while my YouTube channel is getting more and more attention, it is far from being used widely because the powerful, wealthy, well-organized, and vested religious matrix, now I'm referring to the Vatican, and of course the scientific community, NOAA, NASA, etc., all those matrix control all the informations. In other words, you ain't going to see me there because I would make them all look like jerks by at least giving you an impeccable timing like I just did with Dorian weeks ago, not only through my YouTube channel, my article, but also in my last 3 radio show. So when you have such a well-documented set of prediction available to you, I think you may want to realize that it's worth it to share it with other people so we can save precious lives. All right, now, what else do we have? That you know, I don't know how many of you are going to be taking the time to listen to my latest radio shows, but again, you know, my warning and the dates are definitely there for you to enjoy and to share. Now, let's refer back to, well, actually, we are still into that shocking, unusual earthquakes, volcano type of news, and again prove my claim because again, repetition is a must. A lot of people just jump in here and they have no clue who I am and what I do. So during this SOS shocking window, on the 28th we had the 6.6, then on the 29th we had the 6.1. The same day on the 29th, on the date that I gave, we had the 6.3. And of course, I mentioned volcano and the spectacular volcano eruptions and people fleeing for cover. So with this in mind, how can anyone deny my UFO predictive legacy? Right. Let me bring you back into the past, many years ago. In fact, 2 weeks before Katrina hit New Orleans, I was on George Norrie Coast to Coast AM radio show, and I was warning the world. In that case, may I say that I also predicted Dorian before any popular wannabe prophets spoke about it on the radio where they were invited. And the entire scientific community then created another name for another killer earthquake, hurricane. So Katrina was predicted, and there is no way around it. You cannot deny it. Dorian was also predicted. And the proof is right there for you to investigate. This is not a, oh yeah, Dr. Turi, yeah, you're the best. No, this is not what motivates me. What motivates me is to help you raise your cosmic consciousness, understand God's cosmic design and how he speaks to us, to his children, and most of all, help me to warn people to save precious life. Not, hey, I'm the best, follow me. Got it? I hope you do, my friend. Again, one more time, ask yourself, how many popular psychic and astrologers and mediums and all these guys you're watching on TV, on radio, even on coast to coast, those predictors, how many of them offer you a well-documented, dated, and well-elaborated, rational explanation to their predictions? In other words, okay, put the green wheel in your mouth, just give me a date, tell me what's going to happen. There is only one person passing on such a real cosmic wisdom with an accurate prediction, and this is me. Again, it's not like me, yeah, I'm God. Get my message. My message is to help you, to help me, and in the process reach more people so we can save precious life and reinstate God's cosmic initial ministry. Long story, my friend. Yet, instead of honoring and recognizing the facts, insecure people, envious people will assume again that I'm the biggest head on the planet, and I'm full of it, on top of that. And be sure all the atheists, the skeptic, and all the debunkers that I met all over the years will never, ever take me on a public challenge, ever. You know why? Because they all know me. They all have checked my prediction, and they will lose the contest and look more stupid than what they already are. That's what it is. That's why. Excuse me. As much as I can foresee the life and the fate of an unborn child, like I did with many of my friends before they got their babies, okay? Using their stars in my third eye, thanks to the record, I was also able to predict the birth of Dorian well before scientists experienced his arrival, well before his formation. I spoke about it. And I also gave you the exact set of dates for his touchdown and a very specific quatrain explaining my visions. Remember, asteroid zip by Earth, 9/14/2019, Draco serious warning to all believers. Do you remember this newsletter? Question remains, how many of you have shared it? See my dilemma? Well, but it is what it is, readers. The reptilians will only promote their own chosen ones and their experts, or those who knows the least about Nostradamus, his methodology, and God's cosmic design. That's where we're at. But it's more than pisses me off today. Excuse me. Since we are into the TV, UFOs, energy, we all know, at least some of you know, that I was on William Shatner TV show a few years back. And he asked me for proof of my predictions before doing the taping, which I did. And the links are live. All you got to do is to click, either watch the TV if you did not do it, watch the TV show, or click on the email that exchange where he wanted to have the full proof of my predictions before sending his crew here. Well, I was very, very happy and very proud when William Shatner invited me on this TV show. But I was also very, very, very disappointed when the movie's editors remove all of my stories involving my connection with extraterrestrial since I'm a kid. This is the essence of what my UFO predictive legacy is all about. Since I was a kid, delegating those entities, the good and the bad for that matter, that is what led me to master Nostradamus' 16th century divine astrology, rekindle his work by producing quatrain and obvious keywords to help those who don't have much mental power to understand what I'm trying to say. In other words, understand. Go under your stars and stand above your stars so you will understand the cosmic design and how God speaks to us through his divine creation. I was really, really upset. Well, now you know that. He's got a TV show. He relocated into the UFO show because it's very, very popular. Yet, none of his producers who knows me very well has reached me again. But why? Why? Because I tell you what, why. The show that he did was designed for the Neptunians, people loaded with tons and tons of Neptune in their chart. These are people who cannot necessarily differentiate reality from fiction, those who have a tremendous imagination, the Sunday psychic who needs more help than you do, who would never give a date or an explanation or any form of grounding to explain metaphysics. So that show was to satisfy and to entertain all the Neptunians only. So if you don't know what Neptunians are all about, the link is alive. Just click on it. Educate yourself. Understand you may be a Neptunian, especially if you have an addictive nature, if you're a religious fanatic, if you smoke pot all day long, if you have a problem with drinking. So you may be a Neptunian. So understand what it means to be a Neptunian. Click on the link. That's why I write. This is why I put those links there so that you can expand your psychical awareness in the understanding of the part you play in this magical, wonderful cosmic design. You think science is going to give you those answers? Good luck to you. There's so much going on with this celestial conspiracy with the reptilians, yet so little people are aware of it. And it's only when all my dedicated supporters double and even triple their efforts to work with me and the benevolent draconics that the truth will finally set this poison world free. That's what it is, my friend. Well, you're going to see that famous pictures following my abduction above the skies of Los Angeles in 1991, where I couldn't help myself to paint UFOs, symbols, and start to dig into Nostradamus' work. I mean, all that led me to become Dr. Turi is very, very rational, very practical. You could see from the beginning when I was 6 years old, all the way up to meeting Draco during a solar eclipse in 2012. This is rational, this is logical, this is not Neptunian, this is real. It's priceless, yet only a minority of people are able to assimilate, understand, and make a good use of my cosmic work. All right, so this being said, my friend, be ready for the date that I gave in my last radio shows, September 2nd, because that is when the SOS to the world deadly plutonic window will be back. And you know what this window is all about. If you are a follower of my work, you know that the plutonic window is the golden door, the red carpet for the reptilians offered by the forces of evil to destroy and to kill as many humans as possible. Every major disasters have been stimulated by the reptilians using those cosmic winds. Some people who are more rational, who cannot enter the archetypal realm of supracosmic consciousness, will believe that it's orb, that is manipulating the weather. Well, they're trying hard. Believe me, they're trying hard. But what's happening right now is Dorian has nothing to do with ARP. It has to do with the reptilians, which are master of matter and understand all about the human experience, the human UCI, and all of those cosmic winds. Unless humanity becomes cosmic conscious, there is no way we will be able to fight those entities and kick their ass wherever they came from, somewhere in the viciousness of those black holes and their dark energy and evil energy ruled and controlled by Pluto. Pluto will be in charge of the days at the second just before and after. So be ready for a dance of evil, my friends. And as I said, I have only you, all my superhuman friends out there watching me to help me now, because I'm nowhere to be found. They did their part. The reptilians neutralized me. They mute me. Now I got only you. And you're not here listening to me by accident. Absolutely not. There are no accidents, my friends. You're listening to me because you were geared, you were led by a very, very powerful high force to be part of the solution. The question remains, will you be part of the solution or enjoy my work and not even say thank you, Dr. Turi, or click a like? Are you part of the reptilians infesting every single area of the human experience, including my YouTube channel? Or are you part of the forces of the light, the sun, and the Draconis agenda? Are you a chosen one? Because believe me, the reptilians have a hell of a lot of chosen one, and they have infected them all. Now, the current SOS to the world window is all about, new beginning, new ending, shocking news, things of this nature. But now the sudden release of energy is being replaced by death, drama, horrific news, crime. The reptilians are going to stimulate the criminal element more than ever during those days. So be careful what you do, what you say, because whatever you do or whatever you say during those cosmic wind will stay with you for the rest of your life. And so far, if you've been escaped, it's because you have a guardian angel, or because the Draconis are now watching after you. Now, the SOS of the world is clear. I'm going to read it for you. Hidden secret, sex, money come to light. And that's when they caught Mr. Epstein messing up with all these young girls, forcing the truth to come to light. It's all about sex. The Draconis are also using those windows to put all deadly infected reptilious children to jail where they belong, or to die. So don't think only the reptilians are pulling the strings here. You'll be very wrong. Raw power challenges police deadly villain. That means when a lot of people are getting together to proclaim their freedom, like we're seeing currently in Hong Kong. And hopefully there'll be no manifestation during those days or anywhere in the world, because now that's where the cops will kill, or the cops will be killed. Ugly faces of death, drama, horror, surface. That's pretty definitive, pretty clear. Nature, man's religion, bloody folly, reign. There goes Dorian. Be careful. Message. The keywords are Russia, famous deaths, dramatic deaths, new, police brutality, FBI, CIA, Secret Service, Secret Allied mob scandal, terrorism, cyber attack, and so forth. It's all there for you to digest those keywords. It's there for you to understand the energy that produce those news, which are induced by the reptilians. It's serious, my friend. Those entities are there. They're fighting, they're battling the Draconis since the get-go. What's going on down here is the end ramification of what's taking place well above your head. Not only in our solar system, but in the universe at large. Remember, the Federation of Grand Cosmic Order is very clear. No extraterrestrial mass interfere with the human experience. The reptilians couldn't care less. They do it all the time. You know, there is people who don't obey the law, not just on Earth, but everywhere. Remember the forces, positive, negative, up and down, black and white, from the back, God, devil, the yin and yang. Two eyes, two arms, two legs, two sides of the brain. Remember, opposites. Without opposites, there is no life. It's just your choice to promote, stimulate the light, love, understanding, education, forgiveness, participate with the light, or just work for the reptilians in the dark. Those entities operate from dark matter. So let's look at the news that confirm that window. Ex-New York PD detective gets no prison time for sex on duty while handcuffed. 18-year-olds. Can you imagine that? Those who are supposed to serve and protect us, the cops, are by birth plutonic. They have a drive for power. They like to work at night. They are egocentric. They can use the ultimate plutonic power to save life or kill. There is no difference between the police force being affected by the reptilians or the criminal element. It's a plutonic energy, and that's where the reptilians resides. That's where the reptilians have established their base on Pluto. So you can see the poor 18-year-old, she was either drunk, drugs, or whatever it is. Those guys couldn't get a date if their life depended on it, or they had been married for too long. They could not help to suffer the infectious energy of the reptilians, and now they are raping that little innocent girl. How do you feel about that? And just, am I addict? As I always said, I must add it. You know what? The police executive are all responsible for all the past and future cop death and future law-obedient death, because they are not cosmic conscious. They are indoctrinated, educated traditionally, rationally, digging into those books, the codification of thoughts. They have no idea of the divine, and they have no idea of their entire jurisdiction is controlled by Pluto and the reptilians. Now you have a proof of it with those guys. I don't know if they're going to get away with it, but I certainly hope not. A Denver woman is suing after giving birth alone in a jail cell. Here you go. Why did she end up in jail? Was she an illegal? Chances are she must be reptilians infected. There is no way for any normal human being to end up in jail unless the reptilians are dragging him there. Look at me. Look at me. Never been in jail. Once by accident one night because I was sleeping on the beach because I didn't want to go back home. But I never killed. I never steal anything. Well, I steal food when I was a kid. But what I'm trying to tell you is that is a Draconis. The police, again, is making the news when Pluto is in charge. Understand the game, my friend. Okay? Now, this poor woman has been struggling all her life. And that was the last effort, the last pain, the last rejection she had from society because she's brown, probably. I don't know. Didn't read the news. The link is alive. Click on it. Read it. But the Draconis now says, okay, we're going to help you, little girl. We're going to help you to get clean. We're going to help you because now you have a beautiful child. Sudden enough, this child is already infected. So how are you going to fix that? It's a dead end. It's a dead end. That little girl is going to have tons and tons of money. following the legal suit because the legal sharks are there. If there is any money to make, believe me, they're going to be there. Sharks are there. Okay? That's an international case. That's a lot of money. That's millions of dollars that are going to come out of your pocket. The taxpayer. Why? Because you know better than me. Because your scientific community or your religious community knows better than me. Okay? That's what it comes down to it. The fact, can you handle the truth? Well, those windows are set to give you wake-up calls. Can you handle the truth? Delegate the truth? Doesn't matter how much money she's going to have. She's surrounded by a family which is already reptilians infected, or friends. So, yeah, I can wish her only the best. I'm so sorry for what happened to her because she's still a human being. But this is not good. Not only for her, but also the money she's going to get is not going to be good. The reptilians have helped her to go deeper. The draconians are there now to see what she's going to do with that money. And chances are she's never going to watch my video and help me. So, dead end. What else do we have? Simone Biles' brothers charges in 3 killings. Again, Simone Biles is a beautiful woman. She's a very phenomenal sportswoman. And now her identity, her name, her family is tainted by the reptilians. Her brother. Now, why would the brother do that? You know, there is always competition between siblings. I know when I was young, my very wealthy older brother was driving his big sports car. He had it all. I had nothing, and I was envious and I was jealous, and I was only 19 years old. Now, at 70, I've realized a lot of things since then. And I can guarantee you that his brother was jealous, very jealous. Look at my sister. She's out there. She does everything. How can I get the attraction? Then he fell for the reptilians, probably took a hell of drugs or was disturbed, sent to the hospital, and they finished it up there with their legal drugs. The next thing you know, he killed everybody and tainted a name and a family forever. That's the reptilians, my friend. And don't think you are immune. You're not. Louis Enrique says his 9-year-old has died. Famous death. Simone Biles' brothers, famous death. I mean, this is sad. This is sad. Now, I don't know what took that kid away, but famous death is definitely appropriate because the father is very famous. In drama, can touch everybody. Now, these are the famous people, which means you know everything because they're on Facebook, they're on CNN, they're on Fox, they are in all major news media. What about all the people like you and me that are going through worse things than that? And you're never going to hear about it. Make you think, yeah? Researchers went looking for gay genes. Here, what they found. Bunch of idiots. You know, as I said many times, there is a physical genes. You're related to your family 150%. You look like mom, you look like dad, your brothers, sisters. However, up here, you're very different. In the case of a brother that killed the entire family out there, okay? You're very different up here. You're not going to think, behave, create, to have the same fate than your sister, your brother, your mom. The other example I just mentioned about this famous sportswoman speaks volumes of what's going on. Gays and lesbians are the product of the reptilians infecting the womb of young mothers who have succumbed to the reptilians through legal or illegal drugs. What is it you do not get? Same with any other birthing disease, autism, Down syndrome, and a myriad of other diseases. And now your scientists are trying to look for the gene that specifically produces a gay or LGBTQ. No! Those educated idiots are indoctrinated. They are regurgitating and reading books that have been written by idiots like them before them that made it all the way to the bestseller in New York. You ain't going to find my book bestseller in New York. The reptilians will make sure my book don't go there. Get it? Conspiracy is real against Dr. Turi. And that's why I so desperately need your help. Again, because the reptilians are infecting the womb of young mother and playing with the gene as the baby is being produced in the womb uterine life, okay? This doesn't mean that all these people should be killed, destroyed, hated, because they have the same blood running through their vein, red. It's just a physiology. And that incredible manifesto that's taking place above your head, and me being shut down to reach more of you and give you the real answers. Something the scientific community could never, ever in a million years agree or understand, because their own UCI, their own unique celestial identity is not advanced enough. They cannot enter the archetypal realm of supracosmic consciousness. They cannot delegate to my highly spiritual work. They cannot enter the intuitional domain of my work. They are not supposed to, because they're supposed to build bridges. They're supposed to be rational and practical and delegate with this physical manifestation only. But not all human beings were created as equal. No. Pick up a fight with Tyson, see what happened to you. Or with Muhammad Ali. Physically, he was trained. Okay? You cannot pick up a fight with somebody who has a well-ahead spiritual gift. You will lose. That's why those suckers, those skeptic, atheists, agnostic, scientists that I have challenged directly in public have never, ever took my challenge, because they would lose. Because I go, imagine if I was going on CNN tomorrow and predict the next hurricane next year, giving you the exact date. How do you think people will react? Well, I hope that doesn't happen, because they're going to think I'm Jesus now. Okay? People are so, whatever. All right, let's move on. More intense exercise may be linked to better sex. Here again. No, exercise in the street. You might as well go behind an 18-wheeler, put your mouth under that exhaust and breathe the air. Do you think exercise is going to help you? No, because most of these new kids were born with Pluto or Saturn in Virgo, and they are health fanatics. They are vegetarians. If you don't eat steak or hot sauce, or hot red spaghetti sauce or red wine, you're not going to have the power you need. You will need a lot of Viagra, yes. Exercise alone doesn't make you more sensual or more sexual. I have helped women to get pregnant. They were desperate. They spent a fortune with a gynecologist, doctors, psychiatrists, psychologists. Why can't I get pregnant? One look at their chart, I knew exactly what the problem was, and I told them exactly what to do. And those two women got babies. You know, to those of you who never heard it before, one of my students said, Dr. Turi, I have learned more with you in your week-long crash course in Sedona than 7 years in an accredited college. That was a psychiatric student of mine. Go to Dr. Turi, scroll down to what the world say, and read all these doctors, MDs, and who is who in America. Name it. Read what they say. If you want something rational and practical, let it come from the mind where you will trust, because they have a PhD. And the thing you may not know is that there is a big difference between education and intelligence, my friend. Something you might have to learn if you're into science. Healthy teen symptoms baffle doctors. Another one. Now they are blaming vape. Of course, vape is not good. You know, your lungs are not designed to smoke pot or vape, period. That's a given. But how come these kids nearly die? And he had an army of doctors doing tons of tests, yet they don't know what the hell's going on with you. Let me tell you what's going on with it. This kid was born with the tail of the dragon, which is a negative energy, in the sign of Gemini on his lungs. Gemini rules the lungs. Or maybe Saturn in really bad aspect to Pluto, again, in Gemini, a sign that regulates your hand, your nervous system, your lungs. A sign that makes people like me and Einstein ADD or ADHD for that matter, loaded with supreme physical and mental energy, make it very hard for me to sit my butt 5 minutes or stay quiet. But that is an order by God. It's a blessing. ADD is not a disorder. It's a gift. Because I was not there to listen to the codification of thought and swallow all the book and repeat it like a parrot and say amen. No, I was born to challenge those books, to challenge what you have accepted as reality and open up a new door and take you in a different cosmic voyage, something that you may not necessarily react to because you've been indoctrinated by other talking heads or other scientists who think, well, science is their new God. That's where you're at, my friends. Not all of you, because I know I do have some really, really serious superhuman here listening to me. And thanks for sharing my work, guys, by the way, because I know you do. All right, what else do we have? Police find 5 dead family members near crying baby. Oh my gosh. How many? This can only happen during those windows. The baby was spared by miracle. Maybe, I don't know, the excuse is unlimited. What the reptilians can do to kill an entire family and then for the draconics to save a baby is just impossible to explain. Just go and use your 5 logical, rational human sense, read the story, and then try to find out why that baby was saved and why the rest of the family died. But one thing is sure, it happened during this deadly plutonic window. Luis Enrique says his 9-year-old has died. Again, famous death. No point to elaborate on that one. It's painful. Internet mocked Bernie Sanders' boxing skills. I'd say that happened during the shocking thing here. So that's a message for him. You might be beaten in the face. Just be careful, Mr. Bernie, in your political engagement. So whatever you do out there, make sure nothing goes back into your face. That is an obvious omen. But you know what? He's rational, he's practical, maybe he's religious or not, but he hasn't been trained to decipher omens, and it certainly doesn't watch my videos. Maybe he should. Maybe all politicians should watch my video and learn from it, because these people are trying to control your lives and they know nothing about theirs. Incredible that is. Can you believe that? Wow. 90-year-old inventor of the ATM celebrates his 50th birthday, makes surprising admission, where the word surprise is mentioned. So there you go. Technology, surprise, keywords, it's all there. But you have to be you have to be an idiot, really, not to catch my work. And that's why, natural selection takes place. Those idiots just come in and out and watch 30 seconds and get out. They'd rather watch a fat girl, stuffing herself with spaghetti or eating shoes over there. I'm not joking. You got those videos. That's why they go and look and laugh all day long and talk about it all day long. Pinhead. All right. Harry Potter's star brother friend's dead after being electrocuted while train surfing, extremely drunk. Okay, extremely drunk. Obviously, the reptilians took care of this guy. Now, but get the message. The keyword mentioned electricity, technology. The reptilians will use technology and electricity in that case. Get this kid drunk, famous death as the end result. Do you get it? I'm giving you a translation on how all this is coming down, but it's taking place well above your head. There is no words. There is no word in the English language for me to explain that to you. Okay? I'm doing my best right from out there to bring it down to something that makes sense to you. Pretty much like Dorian, that hurricane before his formation. Shoot, my back. Sorry. Before his formation in the ocean, I saw his birth. And I made a very specific newsletter trying to get your attention. Like I do sometimes, go and knock at the door of the freaking FBI, which I'm going to do with this window, this upcoming window. Did it work so far? No. Maybe it did. I don't know. I don't care, really. Metal detector enthusiast uncover amazing haul of coin. Okay, now if you want to go, I mean, you know, this hurricane, oh, it's going to bring a lot of stuff from the ocean, okay, and it's going to bring it on the beaches, and then a lot of guys are going to go with their technology there, okay. So this is all the windows of uranic window technology, the variable coming to the light. It is also anything to do with fortunes that are hidden coming to the light. That SOS to the world deadly window is perfect, okay. So as I said many times before, extraterrestrials don't come to this physical world, to this physical plane, when they feel like they have to use a specific cosmic wind because antimatter don't agree with our worlds. Is that so difficult to understand? And no, the moon is not hollow. There is no UFO base on the moon or under the Antarctica. No. And extraterrestrials are not communicating with your president or member of the government. They don't give a damn about your education, your accomplishment, and who you are. This is not what they're aiming for. They're aiming for crazy people like me, like you, if you follow me. Well, anyway, I am getting emotional. I don't think it's a good idea, but you know what? This is me. You get what you get. You get what you get with me. You get the truth, the end of the truth, something that a lot of people hate and cannot handle. All right, my friend, I'm going to set this special announcement. I'm going to set up this YouTube channel. So we shall see you on September the 10th at 7 p.m. Arizona time. So remember, we're going to discuss, if you have any questions about UFO, if you want to have a mini reading, let me show you how Draco works so you're not going to be disappointed. Until then, my good friend, make it a beautiful day, and we shall see you in a few days. Bye-bye. Share my work. Click like. Bye.